Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, and today I am doing the Gratitude and Joy book tag. This tag was created by Pat at Book Chat with Pat, and I was tagged by Allie at A Gentle Black Hole. And they both have wonderful booktube channels. Go check them out. I will link them in the description box below. But let me go ahead and get into this tag. I am very intentionally releasing it the week of Thanksgiving because this is just a time of year where I am always full of thankfulness and joy and gratitude, and it just seemed to fit the theme, even though, in all honesty, I was tagged months and months and months ago. But I've been planning to release it this week ever since then, so I wasn't ignoring you. It really just not planned that far in advance. Okay, let's get into it. Question number one is, or prompt number one is to name an author whose books bring you joy or discuss a specific book that made you feel joyful. And when I thought about this, I just had to think of a book that just completely fills me with joy and keeps a smile on my face the entire time I read it or have read it. And I felt like it also needed to be something that I've reread so that I know that it was like a lasting experience. And it was, this is a book that I've read and reread and reread. It was my favorite book in childhood. It was, and it still is, The Phantom Tollbooth. This is a wonderful story. Yes, it's a kid's story. It is, I think, technically middle grade, and I've tabbed it because I love this book. This book just keeps a smile on my face from beginning to end. It tells the story of young Milo and his magical adventure as he comes across a magical toll booth in his boring humdrum type of day in life. And he goes through the toll booth, and the things that happen to him on the other side are just great adventure, fun, silly, and just full of joy. And I am thankful that this book exists and that it was still good when I reread it as an adult and just as good, if not even better, as I recall it from reading it in childhood. So this would be that book for me. If you like puns, especially, or just wordplay, and you just need a light book to make you happy and to just be a good time, this is the book. Question number two is discuss something about BookTube that you find joyful. And there are so many things. I think for one, just the community as a whole, being on here as a booktuber and connecting with other booktubers, as well as people who watch your video, that just brings me so much joy in life because it's just so many more opportunities to talk about books and things related to books and even the book drama sometimes. Like, I don't know that that brings me joy, but like that people care that much about books to find drama in it is something that inadvertently brings me joy. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird. But yeah, I just love every part of it. And another thing related to that that has brought me joy of recent is that I have now passed the 2 year mark. I have been on BookTube for 2 years now, which just blows my mind. And in that time, my channel has grown and I'm at over 4,000 subscribers. I couldn't even tell you how that has happened. I could tell you what I've done. I couldn't tell you how that's caused my channel to grow. I remember at the end of my first year thinking that if I had 500 subscribers by the end of year one, I would be thrilled. By the end of like month four, I had 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what to tell you, except for thank you to everybody who has watched my videos, who has liked my videos, who has subscribed to my channel, and who joins me in reading sprints, who comments below, especially for those who have signed up to be channel members. Like, I am just grateful to each and every single one of you for just like interacting and hanging out with me and making this as fun for me as it hopefully is for you. And the sun is setting faster than I'm talking. So let me keep going. But yeah, I'm grateful for all of those things. I do have some sort of plan to do a little giveaway at some point. So stay tuned to see when that drops. I haven't decided like when I'm going to do that, but it will be coming. So yeah, if you like free things, like keep an eye out for that. Number three, I have my little notebook here, is discuss a book that focuses primarily on friendship. So that was kind of tough because I have a lot of books that have a lot of friendships in them, but I was trying to think about one that focused on friendships and like was in a positive, healthy way. Because there's plenty of books that discuss friendships in like negative ways. And then the one I went with is The Inevitable by Daniel Hope for multiple reasons, including that I really want someone other than myself to read this book. I'm going to keep mentioning it until somebody else has said they've read it because it's really a good book. It's not perfect. There are some things in it that's a little cheesy, a little campy, bit more editing, but it's so worth the read. And it is about friends. It's about a sentient robot and his companion AI friend, and then honestly, the friends they make along the way. And it's just such a good story. I'm not going to go on about it here because I feel like I've gone on about it in a lot of other places. But if you like some cozy, more lighthearted sci fi that still has some very deep, meaningful themes, you might want to look into this one. Prompt number 4 is discuss an author or book that makes you laugh. And I feel like this is a book that comes up a lot. Now, honestly, I could have mentioned this book or this book, but I'm going to mention this book, which is To Say Nothing of the Dog by Connie Willis. This book has so many funny moments in it, and like it's a thicker, chunky one. It's also sci fi. There's a lot of sci fi and fantasy on here for some reason. But this particular book made me laugh so hard I cried. Now, that might just be my own particular humor, but I really enjoyed it. It's sci fi with time travel where a guy gets sent back to a certain time period to try and figure something out. He may or may not be stuck there. There's a cat, there's a dog, there's a lot of people in a seance. The funniest scene I've ever read, which is none of those are things that necessarily seem like they should go together and equal humor, but Connie Willis, like, she achieves that. Prompt number 5 is to discuss a book where the idea of community is important. So, again, I had to think about it. I wanted it to be good and lighthearted and full of joy, and I ended up going with another children's book, which is Babe the Gallant Pig. If you want to talk about herd mentality and community being important, I mean, you see it even on the cover. This book is just so joyful and so sweet, and even Babe himself, the pig, just fills you with like warmth and joy to like even just thinking about it. Like it's, in my opinion, just as good and heartwarming as the movie itself, if you've seen that. And definitely like community is an important part, being part of the herd, part of the flock, and like coming together and working together and listening to one another. All the things are in this little book, and it was a delight to read. If you like the movie, read the book. I didn't know it was a book until like a year ago, and I was like, I need to own that book because I love that movie. Number 6 is to discuss a communal reading experience that you have had. And for me, I would say there's two that come to mind that spark joy in my heart. And one of them would be I used to host on my channel what I would call Barnacle Buddy Reads, where like a whole bunch of us would all start talking about one book and decide that we all needed to read it. And I would host a live sprint where we would just come on and we would just spend one day, whoever wanted to, reading whatever that one random book was. And it was always like a pop up sort of communal book club reading experience. And I loved those. And I haven't done those this year, but they're coming back because I loved doing those and I missed them. And I didn't intend to not do them this year. It's just this year was kind of weird between like my health and starting memberships and life and settling into where we live now. It just didn't happen. And it's like a top priority for me for 2026. So also keep an eye out for those because, yeah, it came up an idea to do one recently and we're not doing it because I'm not sure I want to communally read that book. But there are other books that I would love to read as like a whole random pop up community type of deal. And I had a second one, and the second one is buddy reading. So I have done a lot more buddy reads this year, especially with my friend Alex. That has been such a fun, like, good bonding, friendship building, communal experience, if you will, with her. We even started our own high school required reading challenge where we're buddy reading those. We have plans to bring more of the community into that, and that has been amazing. It's been amazing doing the channel memberships and growing that community. And I have ways and plans that I hope to grow that more and have more like personal contact in 2026. So I just love the BookTube community and how it can create community for you within that community. Number 7 is name a book in which character demonstrates real gratitude, or name a book that left you feeling a sense of gratitude. So when I think of a character feeling grateful for like their life and everything in it, and where it just feels genuine and true, and you just feel that joy and gratitude that they feel at the end of the book, I always think of this book. Don't you? So what is this book? This is actually not the book that I'm thinking of, but the book that I'm thinking of looks exactly like this, which is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So I have a collection of Charles Dickens works, and they're all bound exactly the same. So I'm holding this one up to represent A Christmas Carol. Um, I couldn't find it, and I was being lazy, so I didn't dig. Anyway, A Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge, that entire story, pretty well known. If you have not actually stopped to read the book and you only know about the book's lore or you've only seen the movie, the book is worth reading. You will feel that sense of gratitude and joy that comes at the end of that. And it's just a really beautiful story, especially the way the ending wraps up. It's also a little bit spooky, which is kind of fun. So yeah, that's the book that I always think of. And that really came to mind and stuck with me with that idea. And then finally, the last prompt is to tag others to spread a sense of joy and gratitude. And like I usually do, I've actually written it down this time, but I'm still going to put them all in the description box below. These are a handful of channels that I watch and that, yeah, I would love to see them do this tag if they have the time and share, gratitude and joy through their people and through their channels. And yeah, I just think this is a really fun time to just sort of re-up this book tag. So hopefully more of you do it. And if you are seeing this video and you haven't been tagged, but you want to do it, tag your it, go out and do it. Tag me so that I know you're doing it. Tag Pat so she knows you're doing it. And yeah, if you are in the US and it's the week of Thanksgiving or around then, happy Thanksgiving to you. If it's not Thanksgiving for you, I hope your week is full of joy and gratitude, and same for everyone else. And I will talk to you next time.